Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Chris. And, with the follow-up for that video, I'm realizing a lot though. Still at this age, you really start to think about a lot of different things. And, me, for example, I'm not gonna lie, I have been through so much within the past couple of years mentally. And it's like as soon as I feel like I'm getting back to, equilibrium, feeling homeostasis. For those of you that don't know what homeostasis is, it's just not trying to turn to big brain lesson. But, like I was saying, it just starts to feel, as if, you're just becoming more and more apart from things as days go by. And I'm such an optimistic person. I try to find the positive in everything. Even sometimes when it hurts, I try to find the positive. And, sometimes you really just can't. Sometimes you really just have to just let things happen. You have to just see things for what it is. And the thing about that is it's a tough pill to swallow. And, right now at this stage in my life, I'm getting ready to graduate college. I'm a senior. I'm proud of myself for making it this far. And, to get into the things I really want to say, I've been going through a lot of family trials and tribulations. I've been going through some battles on my own. And even though, like I said, I've been going through some battles while being in a relationship. And honestly, it's been tough. It has. I've been trying to, make the right choices, be the best man for myself, for family, for, others, for example, for a relationship, and, even to include friendships. It's been really tough. And the thing that makes it all the more, a little bit depressing is, this is the center of the video, is when you like someone but you realize that, you can't really go far. You can't. And I'm only 23 years old. I know how people always say you're young, have fun, go enjoy life. But what do you do when you find a particular person that you really enjoy and you realize that there's not much more that can be done? Because, it's not, I'm trying to find the best way to say this, but you realize that you like somebody, but it's only for a certain amount of time. And, that's something that I've been trying to process right now. I'm getting ready to graduate, me and my girlfriend are. And, I'm feeling like it's going to be a time when we go our separate ways. And I say that because, like I was saying, I genuinely love this girl. I'm not going to lie to y'all. She's been a great friend for me. She's been a best friend for me. Before we were even dating, we were just, the friendship was amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. The conversations we had, the times she made me feel like I was seen, the times I was heard. And she even came into my life at a very pivotal moment. And I'll never forget that day in particular. That was sent by God. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But what I'm realizing now is just the simple fact that it's only for a certain amount of time which I get to enjoy the particular person. And like I was saying, we've had our ups and downs. We've had moments in which, we had these types of conversations in which we knew it wasn't going to be a thing for, much longer because we don't know where life is going to take us. And, that's the part about trying to let go, about trying to understand that, there's not much more that you can do. And the thing about me is, man, I live hard. It's either I'm all in or I'm not. And, I'm a man of my word when it comes to that. I can't halfway do anything with nobody because that's just not me. You know, I have a code, I have ethics, and I do the best that I can. You know, I see my girlfriend has her ups and downs, and I show up 24/7, 25/8. I'm there, and I do the best that I possibly can. She does the same for me when she can. But you know, we just on two different walks of life, and we're on two different levels. And sometimes it does feel like we're two different people. I feel like I'm walking down this path and she's walking down her path. And even though we find similarities occasionally, sometimes when the differences settle, you realize like, dang, this feeling is actually hitting a lot harder than it is when me and her are on the same page. And right now, you know, it's just tough. It's tough realizing that. It's tough learning sometimes that you have to let go. There's not much that you can do but just let things happen. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all guys, it's tough. It's hard, man. Especially when you really like someone and you really see them in the future, when you really like, when you see them, like when you acknowledge them as just a human being, they have to do nothing to really earn your love. Like it's unconditional. But it sucks, man. And I think that's so common within this world. And once we find a liking for someone, we find the attraction there, but sometimes it doesn't go any further than that. And sometimes it does, but only for a certain amount of time. And I mean, honestly, realizing that and trying to, you know, cope with that is tough. And I just been finding myself just feeling like, man, like, what can you do? You know, I would talk to my friends occasionally about this, specifically this one guy, well, two guys. I'm gonna call him A, and the other dude's name is J. And I would mainly talk to, you know, A a lot. He would be like, man, that's the thing about it all that makes it hard is just, you like someone for who they are, not for what they can do, not strictly for appearance, but for who they are in general, for the character. And it's just like, man, like, sometimes emotions can be a gift and sometimes it can be a curse. Because sometimes it's just like, man, like, you know, like, you speaking highly, you bragging, you know, you just have that feeling of limerence for a little minute, not for permanently, because, I mean, y'all know what limerence means, but then what do you do as time goes on and you realize, like, dang, like, there's, like, it's coming to a point in which, I mean, that's it. And, yeah, you know, I'm just at that stage right now. And, you know, I've had conversations with my girlfriend about this. It hasn't been it hasn't been an easy pill to swallow. It's been really tough. It's been difficult. And I promise to God, I really do love this girl. But sometimes not really anything else that you can do but just, you know, let things happen. Because I know, like, as the old saying goes, if you love something, sure, you can let it go. And if it returns, it's meant to be. But if it doesn't return, then it was never yours. And, you know, I'm realizing that if you're gonna love free. You know, let yourself experience all the emotions. Let yourself grieve, because if you don't grieve, then where does that grief go? It all it does is manifest within yourself, and it reduces, you know, the happiness that you probably have at this current stage of your life. But, you know, I'm taking it one day at a time, understanding that there's only so much that you can say, only so much that you can do. And, you know, I hope and I wish the best for this particular person, and even for me. And, you know, maybe things will turn out right. Maybe things will come back together. I mean, I don't know. But, you know, this is just a little moment of, you know, my mind right now. And, you know, y'all stay safe out there. Keep yourselves intact. And, you know, journal. Go for a walk.
connect with yourself and just let yourself experience, you know, the things that you feel, and hopefully you can process them better. But I'm out, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.